Like, ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? Ride with me if you ride with me, you can slide with me if you feel like 550 on the 5 sticky, come get high with me, that's a deal, right? That's a deal, right? That's a bet, right?
What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. So we got some bad news, y'all, and I'm just gonna get to the nitty gritty because I don't know how many times I had to record this video and my stuff started messing up. But hey, one take Drake. We doing this one take and we're not starting over again. So bad news: E3 got canceled. They want to say it's the coronavirus, but I believe there's more to the story than just the coronavirus. All right. For the past couple months, people have been pulling out of E3, and this is way before the coronavirus. All right. Sony sometime over the summer after E3 of last year said, hey, we're not gonna be at E3 next year neither. And they're the cool kids, you know. You want to be like them guys, because them guys actually sell money. You know, think of the cool kids back in high school. You see them like, man, they're so fucking cool. Like, I just want to be like them. I want to fit in just like them. Whatever they doing, you want to do that too. So Sony decided, hey, yo, we're gonna be the cool kids. We ain't gonna show up this year. Other people decided to do that too. It's just not gaming companies, but it's also like figureheads that run E3. Like, I forgot this one dude's name. I really don't care for him because most of the people that are on stage, I really don't pay much attention to. Only one person I can speak for that I fuck with 100%, 10 toes down. That's my nigga right there, and that's Reggie Fils-Aimé, the dude from Nintendo, the one that just retired. He my nigga for sure. Every time I see him on stage, oh yeah, he about to give us some good news right here, bro. You already know that he about to spit. You know he about to spit some fire, and he always do. And it's sad that he retired. I don't know if he's black, Asian, Filipino, whatever. Hey man, he gets the N-word card from me, bro, because he know what he doing when he gets on that stage. He knows how to sell shit. All right, he the only dude I know who can sit here and tell you, hey, the Wii U's where it's at. I went and got a Wii U. Even though I was disappointed in the console, I said, hey, man, Reggie said it was a shit, bro, so I'm about to get it because Reggie said so. He can sell anything. I'm pretty sure this dude can sell anything. I heard he trying to work with GameStop right now, but we're not talking about that. We're talking about E3, though. Sony decided they're not going to be there. All right. And with the internet, with how the internet is set up nowadays, you can pretty much watch anything and everything. And I think they got the bright idea, like, why go to E3 when we can do a state of play or a Nintendo Direct, show what we're going to have coming out later on in the year, and these motherfuckers will eat it up for free. That's compared to E3, you got to pay for flight, pay for food, pay for lounging, which is like hotel, bed and breakfast, you name it. Got to pay for a car, got to pay for gas. Yo, that's a lot of money, bruh. That's a lot of money just for one trip. And you're not even going to be there for a full fucking week. Because trust me, once E3 ends, you're going to be wanting to get your ass on that plane. Because you're like, hey, man, I ain't spending another dime in California. While on the other side, you can be in the comfort of your own home watching, you know, the Nintendo Direct or the State of Play with PlayStation for free. Now, let that sink in. I mean, you still got to pay. You pay for Wi-Fi. You got to pay for electricity for, you know, to keep TV and Wi-Fi going. So, I don't know how much y'all internet bills and how much y'all electric bills be, but my shit ain't high. So, best believe I'll be watching these States of Play and Nintendo Direct when they drop. But the thing is, I think that's what killed E3 was the internet. And also, I guess, being there as well. It's always been my dream to go to E3. Since I was a wee little lad, I always wanted to go. But a friend of mine, he got to go before I did, because around the time he got to go, he actually had the money and funds, and he was single. And he got to go. I wasn't at the time, and I think I was out of state at that moment. But that's a story for another day. He said it was awesome, but it was also underwhelming at the same time. And I asked him, why is it underwhelming? He said because he had to stand in a line for 3.5 hours just to play 15 minutes of Kingdom Hearts 3. And that right there had me like, fuck no. I'm not about to be standing in a line for 3.5 hours just to play 15 minutes of a game. Your whole experience of being at E3 is going to the conferences, playing the games, the demos, everything. But what's the point of wasting all that time? Because think of it like this. You get in a line and you waiting there. So say that, for instance, Halo Infinite. It's coming. It's supposed to come out at the end of the year, but thanks to this virus, it might not. It's supposed to come out at the end of the year with the Xbox X Series. I'm standing in line to play it, and they should tell you the wait time before you get in that line. Now you're in the middle of the line, right? You look behind you, you see a line that's just all the way back to the bathrooms. It's a long ass line. Like if you ever been to an amusement park, Six Flags, how them lines be during the summertime. Picture that, but a little bit longer. All right, and the press conference for, I guess, Bethesda, their press conference is fire. They about to introduce some new games like Doom Eternal, for instance. Doom Eternal is about to come out in a couple of days, but let's pretend like it's never been announced. All right, and it's about to be announced. You'll be all like, shit, I really want to see how Doom Eternal is gonna look. You got to get up out that line. You got to give up your spot just to go watch that. It kind of sucks. You just wasted 4.5 hours standing in that line to only play a game for like 15 minutes. That's not where it's at, fam. That is not where it's at. And I think that's one of the reasons why E3 has been dying over the years. Sony decided they don't want to be there. Nintendo decided to do Nintendo Direct. So everything that they show at E3, people aren't really going to get hyped for, because they'll be like, hey, we already seen this. Yeah, we seen this too. Yeah, we seen that. Yeah. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, we seen that. We seen that. Okay, whatever. What's the point? Yeah, that kind of thing. And that's underwhelming. You're just sitting there seeing shit that you already done seen. And with Microsoft probably had something huge. Hopefully they had something huge, because all we know of right now, the only game we know of for the Xbox Series X is Halo Infinite. And as much as I love Halo, I mean, not that much. I mean, I love Halo 1, 2, and sometimes 3, but 4 and 5, not so much. I like Halo, but this might be the first Halo game that's been in the main series that I do not play. And it's because, one, this Xbox I'm not just going to buy a game system just to play one game. And I'm not about to waste all this money to play all classic games too, because if I wanted to do that, I could just go bust out the OG Xbox.
Let's have a surprise.
And play Jet Set Radio on the OG Xbox.
Let's have a dream which isn't under control.
That's the only reason why I would get it. But I'm like, I want to see something new. I want to see something fresh.
And then you would get
we're in an age of where they like to remake stuff and HD remakes.
And you would
like,
make further and further out gambles as to what you would dream.
I'm not getting that until the PlayStation 5 comes out.
And finally,
because then you're going to have both. Because they already said it's going to be a multi-game. So you're going to get Final Fantasy Part 1 and Final Fantasy Part 2. I don't want to buy Final Fantasy Part 1 for the PS4. Then, PS5 is out. And Final Fantasy Part 2 is Part 1 and Part 2 is going to be on the PS5. I'm like, I just wait until the PS5 come out, then play it on there. Because I have a strong feeling what's going to happen. And a lot of people might call me stupid for it. But I'm like, hey, I'm pretty sure I'm right about it. I'm going to be right about it. But that's how I see things. And with E3, I pretty much think that's all it's going to be. It's going to be, hey, look, this is going to be a remake of this. It's going to be a remake of that. It's going to be some ports. Because Nintendo is good for ports. Like, taking stuff from the Wii U and sliding them over to Nintendo Switch and thinking that, hey, this is going to sell too. And it will. Trust me, it will. Because Mario Kart sold damn pretty well. And it's still selling to this day. Xenoblade Chronicles, not the second one, the first one, is being sent over to Switch. Breath of the Wild started on the Wii U, got switched over to the Switch, and it's way better on the Switch. What I'm saying is, I'm pretty sure they're looking at everything on the Wii U library and be all like, hey, send that over to. Hey, can we remake that real quick? Yeah, remake that. Like Legend of Zelda's Link's Awakening. That's a remake. Even though the game is fun, that's a remake. And like they just keep going through the library and be like, hey, can we remake this? All right, remake this. Can we remake that? Like Pokemon Let's Go, Pikachu and Eevee. That game was trash. It's just pretty much Pokemon Yellow remade. And this time they made a second version of it and gave us Eevee. Game is trash though, straight up. But that's pretty much what I think killed E3. E3 is dying because of the fact of the matter is, I wouldn't say people are lazy, but they're not lazy, but they're being lazy, if that makes any type of sense. That made no sense. I don't even know why I said it like that. But what it is thanks to the internet, people don't have to leave the comfort of their home. They're not going to waste chunks and chunks of their hard-earned money just to fly from one side of the country to the other side of the country to stand in a line for 4.5 hours just to play a game for 15 minutes. Really, when the logic really hits, you be thinking like, damn, that does make a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. But then there's going to be people that love the experience of it. Maybe standing in that line for 4 hours is going to be all like, man, this is amazing. Cool. Wow. Now, that wouldn't be me. But I don't think that should be anybody. And honestly, at the end of the day, I feel that it's not the virus that's doing it. Honestly, now it is cool that they are thinking about, the health and well-being of just not the fans, but also the people that develop these games. Because a lot of stuff has been canceled, like for game developing. Like I said in my last video, WrestleMania might be getting canceled. Coachella's getting pushed back until the fall. A lot of things is happening, and it's just because of this virus. But there was other things besides the virus that contributed to E3 getting canceled this year. You could say it's the virus. You could say it's 100% the virus. But honestly, I think it's more behind the scenes of, people don't want to show up. People don't want to be there. Not a lot of the attendance record probably been going down over the years. And people finally developing common sense and thinking to themselves, like, maybe it's not worth the money to spend thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars for these people to stand in a line for a game they're going to play for 15 minutes. Then when the game actually comes out later on in the year, they're going to bash it because the game was fucking trash. And let's be real. E3, only way E3 can be saved, honestly, in my eyes, is if they take the digital route, just like how Nintendo does their stuff and how PlayStation has been doing their stuff too. Do a direct, E3 direct, the whole week of June. Be all like, all right, that's how we're going to do things. Monday, we're going to give Nintendo the spot. Tuesday, we're going to give Sony a spot. Wednesday, we're going to give Microsoft a spot. Thursday, Bethesda and other companies going to get a spot. Friday is a recap of everything. Saturday, a recap of everything. Sunday, everybody goes to fuck home. And that's the end of the week. All right, and that's how I see they should do things. If they still want E3 to be around, that's the best way they can do it. Because with this coronavirus, and if the coronavirus gets even more serious than what it is now, then they really might have to take more precautions. Because what if we can't find a cure for it right now? Maybe it lasts all the way into next year. Then what? We just got to find out, wait and see. But for now, they can stop blaming the coronavirus for this. Even though, yes, coronavirus is the reason why all this is going on. Parts of this is also behind the scenes and companies not showing up. And let's be real. That's pretty much what it is. Like I said, it's been dying for years. So we just going to have to deal with it after that.